Football season. Raiders getting ready to take the field. We'll have the national anthem and we'll be ready for the kickoff. Raiders playing host tonight to North Clarkson from Ontario, making the trip down here to Warren, Ohio for tonight's ball game. Raiders coming off a win against Youngstown East last weekend. 2-6 on the year. It's a team that could be easily 6-1. Now, all these games that they've played have gone down to the fourth quarter and a couple breaks here and there, and this could be have a really nice winning record. But it's a team that's fought hard all year long.
2017.
And here come your Raiders for the last time this season.
And now, we would like to have a moment of silence for Coach Tom Ross, former head football coach at Warren G. Harding, who passed earlier this week. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Warren G. Harding a cappella choir under the direction of Mr. Keith Rising and Ms. Mary Meese. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor our neighbors to the north with our choir performing the Canadian national anthem, O Canada, and remain standing as our Raider band plays our national anthem, Star Spangled Banner.
And we're ready for game time. Canadian National Anthem sung by the a cappella choirs of Warren G. Harding, and then our own Raider Marching Band playing the National Anthem. Once again, Harding coming into this game at 2-6, just off a 2-game road trip. They dropped a heartbreaker to Cardinal Mooney 2 weeks ago, 15-14. Came back with a very one-sided win over the Youngstown East Panthers. Looking to rack up win number 3 on the year. They've been in just about every game they've played. Could very easily be a winning record right now. Harding looked to continue on the legs of Kayron Adams and Giovanni Washington. About 1,800 yards rushing between the two of those young running backs. Harding lining up on the south end of the field. Looks like they'll be receiving the opening kickoff. Kayron Adams back and Jalen Hook's back. Made his return last week after a few weeks off due to injury. He's back. Had a big night last week. 3 touchdowns on his return.
Number 22, Chris McLean. Back deep for the Raiders. Number 2.
North Clarkson getting set to kick off to open the ball game. Again, North Clarkson coming down from Ontario. Apparently they've played all away games this year, kind of a newer program. And they have played some of the heavyweights of Ohio high school football. I believe I read that they had teams such as St. Ignatius, St. Ed's, scrimmage with Steubenville much earlier in the season. So they may not have a winning record, but this is a battle-tested team tonight. Short kick. It's going to be taken by one of the up backs at the 25-yard line. Jason Sledge on the return.
23, Jason Sledge.
Out to about the 36-yard line. Harding will start from there.
By number 46, Adrian Eskew.
Quarterback Chris Chu leading the Raider offense along the field. He's got Kayron Adams in the backfield with him to start. Jalen Hooks and Terrion Jackson line up wide right. Troy Jakobic on the left. And there's the give to Jalen Hooks around the end. Hooks shakes one tackler. And he's going to take that up to about the 39 or 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to put it at the 40. 4-yard gain, bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders.
By number 45, Cameron Gilmore.
Giovanni Washington checks in. He'll line up to choose right. And this time Jackson and Hooks are on the left sideline. The give is to Washington, and Washington is met in the backfield. He's going to lose 2 or 3. Take it back almost to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 off of that play.
Washington, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play. Number 32.
Looking at this Clarkson roster, they do have some good-sized linemen on that team. Four receivers set for the Harding Raiders. Chu drops back to pass. He's under some pressure. He rolls right, gets out of the pocket. He's going to tuck this ball and run, and he's going to make it just about back to the line of scrimmage, bring up a 4th down and 10. He loses a yard on that. And the Raiders are going to have to punt 3 and out right off the bat.
Tackle on the play, and number 32. Olivier.
In years past, whenever a team from Canada came down, it's usually a pretty one-sided affair.
Brings up 4th down and 10.
This may be a little stronger team from Ontario than what Harding is used to facing in past years.
Number 4, Kevin Nassau.
It's a low line drive punt. That's going to go out of bounds. And Clarkson's going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. 10-11 left in the first quarter. No score at Mollenkopf Stadium. Clarkson led by quarterback number 5, Nicholas DeJesus.
Canada North takes over 1st and 10 on the 37-yard line.
Clarkson with 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Single back in the backfield with DeJesus. And he drops back to pass right off the bat. It's complete at the 40-yard line. Looks like it gets it out to about the 48 before he's met. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. 6-yard gain on 1st down for Clarkson.
Pass complete to Josh McCoy. Tackle on the play by number 2, K-Ron Adams.
Second down and 4 for Clarkson. Their own 48-yard line. And the snap is bobbled in the backfield. Quarterback's going to cover that, lose a couple yards. Looks like it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8.
On the snap, recovered by Nicholas DeJesus.
DeJesus bobbles a snap. He falls on it. Loss of about 4, so that's 3rd down. 3rd down and 8 for Clarkson.
3rd down, 8 yards to go.
Again, Clarkson in that spread offense. Man in motion coming to the near sideline. DeJesus drops straight back to pass. He's looking downfield. Throws it up. Throws it into double coverage. That pass falls incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th down for Clarkson. And Clarkson's going to go 3 and out, forced to punt.
Joshua McCoy. Broken up on the play by number 7, Troy Jacobek.
Troy Jacobek in on that coverage, along with a couple of other Raiders.
Back deep for the Raiders. K-Ron Adams.
And there's the punt. Punt is blocked, and it is covered by Harding at the 35-yard line. Harding gets in, gets a hand on that punt. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the Clarkson 35-yard line. First big break of the game. Looks like they're setting up about the 34. The Raiders decide to bring the rush on that first Clarkson punt, and they get a hand on it, and they are set up in excellent field position, short field at the 34-yard line of Clarkson. K-Ron Adams lines up to Chris Chu's right. Chu steps back to pass. He's looking down the right sideline, and he overthrows Jalen Hooks.
Chu's pass intended for Jalen.
2nd down and 10, Harding Raiders at the 34.
And then on the play, Nassau.
I did the 1st down thing and 3rd down.
Raiders looking to
34-yard line.
I don't know how to switch through monitors.
Raiders looking to capitalize quickly on that block punt.
You said what? I did.
2nd down and 10. This time they gives K-Ron Adams. Adams up the middle. Adams has a hole. And K-Ron Adams takes it 34 yards for the Raider touchdown.
Touchdown, Raiders. Number 2, K-Ron Adams goes in from 34 yards out.
8:32 in the first quarter. K-Ron Adams 34-yard touchdown run. And it's 6-0 Harding. Michael Kloss on to attempt the extra point. High snap, and he's going to kick that one into the line.
No good.
High snap. Kloss had to hesitate. Couldn't get a good foot on it. Extra point attempt is no good. Harding with a 6-0 lead. 8:32 to play in the first quarter. Harding offensive line opens up a big hole in the middle that time. K-Ron Adams busts it up the middle, 34 yards. Michael Clauson to kick for the Harding Raiders.
On the kick for the Raiders.
One deep back
Number
for the
90, Mike
Clarkson
Fox.
team.
Deep for Canada North. Number 30, Levi Panton.
Levi Panton, the lone return man, back deep for North Clarkson. And it's a low kick. Panton will field it about his 1 yard line, brings it up the middle, cuts to the left. And he is met at the 20-yard line, falls ahead for another couple. And Clarkson's going to start at their own 22. 21-yard return for Levi Panton.
Tackle on the play. And number 49, Bill McCready. North takes over 1st and 10, 22-yard line.
Clarkson with 3 receivers right, 1 left. DeJesus in the shotgun. There's the handoff. And that's a big run. 10, almost a first down on that run.
Huron Yearwood, ball carrier, tackled by a host of Raiders. Brings up 2nd and 1.
First and 10. That run got to the 32-yard line. Clarkson with the 1st and 10. And there's some motion on Clarkson. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
Head ball, legal procedure, number 11, White. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Kieran Yearwood, the running back on that last play. Yearwood, a 215-pound running back for North Clarkson.
1st and 15 on 27-yard.
1st and 15 for North Clarkson. Penalty backs them up to the 37-yard line. Sorry, back to the 32-yard line. And the give is again to Yearwood. Yearwood gets a little running room out to the right. Gains about 7.
Yearwood.
Gonna bring up a 2nd down and 7.
By number 67, Juwan Poole.
And we have a Raider down. And once again, a pretty warm night for this late in October, week 10, and we've got a balmy night for football. Really only had 1 or 2 what you might consider football nights this year. It's been a very warm autumn. And stop and play while the Raider coaching staff tends to the down defensive player. Clarkson will have 2nd down and 7 at their own 35-yard line when play resumes. Number 41, Ryan Royster, the injured player. He's making his way off the field under his own power. It's a good thing to see.
Second and 7, North from the 35-yard line.
Clarkson again with 4 receivers. They have 3 to the left this time. Yearwood lines up to the left of DeJesus in the backfield. DeJesus in the shotgun, and the give is to Yearwood once again. Yearwood comes right. Gets around the corner a little bit for another gain. He gets it close to another first down. It's going to bring up, looks like a 3rd and 2. Gets it out to the 40-yard line.
Yearwood, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by 2, Adams. Brings up 3rd down, 2.
This Kieran Yearwood, he's a big running back. Gets ahead of his team. He's pretty tough to bring down. The Raiders are going to have to get a lot of hats on this young man. And the handoff is to Yearwood once again. And Yearwood is stopped in the backfield for a loss this time.
Yearwood, the ball carrier.
Big defensive surge for the Harding Raiders on that play. A loss of about 2 brings up a 4th down and 4. And Clarkson will be forced to punt once again.
On the kick, number 22, Chris McLean. Back deep for the Raiders.
Chris McLean, the punter for Clarkson. K'Ron Adams and Jalen Hooks back for the Raiders. They're going to line up on about their 15-yard line. Very high snap over the punter's head. He's going to chase that back and cover it at his own 3-yard line. And another big break on a punt attempt for the Raiders. A high snap, and the Raiders got the ball first and goal at the 3-yard line.
Raiders take over 1st and 10. 1st and goal.
Clarkson with 2 punting attempts. The first one was blocked, at least partially. And this time a very high snap. The ball chases all the way back to the 3-yard line where McLean covers for Clarkson. And the ball goes over the Raiders' 1st and goal at the 3. There's a handoff to Washington. Washington picks his way through for another Raider touchdown. Giovanni Washington from 3 yards out. 12-0 Harding.
4 yards out.
Raiders are looking to go for 2. Snap was to K'Ron Adams. He hands off to Washington and doesn't look like he's going to make it.
2-point conversion, no good. 5 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Your Warren G. Harding Raiders 12. Canada
5:23 to go in the first quarter, and the Raiders will take a 12-0 lead. A bad snap on the first extra point, so that was a miss. And this time the give to Washington came up short. So with 2 touchdowns, they have not been able to convert either point after attempt, but still a 12-0 lead for Harding with 5:23 to go in the first quarter.
On the kick, number 90, Mike Kloss.
Levi, it looks like number 4.
Back deep for Canada North.
Sabua.
Nassau.
Kevin Nassau. Nassau back to return for North Clarkson. Are you calling someone? That's it. Okay. Michael Kloss on the kick. And it's a low kick. It's going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line by Nassau. Nassau brings it up the near sideline. He's met inside the 20. Gets it out to about the 19-yard line. Brought down there by Cameron King.
Tackled on the play by number 41, Ryan Royster.
Ryan Royster in on that tackle too. Good to see him back in the ball game. He was hurt a couple plays ago. Clarkson's going to take over 1st down and 10 at their own 19-yard line with 5:18 to go in the first quarter. And looking at a 12-0 deficit to the Harding Raiders. DeJesus takes a snap. And that give to number 8, Brandon Barrow.
Clark
for a loss. He's met in the backfield. Loss of about 2. Bring up a second down and 12. K'Ron Adams pulling double duty today. Coming in from his linebacker position for get the tackle for a 2-yard loss. And this time, DeJesus pass is complete. And that is to Barrow. Barrow goes almost untouched. That's going to go 83 yards for the Clarkson touchdown. Barrow on the crossing pattern. He caught the pass clean and got behind the defensive backs, and there was nothing in front of him. And Clarkson gets on the board with 4:28 to go in the first quarter, 12-6. Nicholas DeJesus hits Brandon Barrow, and it perfectly in stride. Barrow did the rest.
On the kick was playing. On the hold, number 2, Michael Lane.
Clarkson lining up for the extra point. This time there's a good snap, and the kick is up, and it is good. And it is now a 12-7 ball game.
4 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the first quarter. Warren Harding Raiders.
Clarkson giving up 2 touchdowns on a couple of failed punt attempts. But they come right back with an 83-yard scoring strike from Nicholas DeJesus to Brendan Barrow. Perfectly thrown pass, and Barrow catches it right in stride, and he was off to the races. Giovanni Washington and K'Ron Adams are back this time to return the kickoff.
For Canada, back deep for the Raiders.
And they're going to set up back about the 2-yard line. Number 22, McLean on to kick for Clarkson once again. And it looks like he tried to pooch that one.
Troy, go ahead.
And that's taken by Troy Jakovic right around the 40-yard line. That's where they're going to knock him down. Looks like Clarkson's trying to stay away from those deep men. They don't want to take a chance with Adams and Washington back there.
45, Cameron Gilmore.
But the downside there is that the Raiders get excellent field position at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Harding at their own 40. 4:23 to go in the first quarter.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
K'Ron Adams opens up at running back this series. He lines up to Chris Chu's right. And to give this to K'Ron Adams. Adams around the left end. Adams gets it to the 50, to the 45, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Clarkson. Big run for K'Ron Adams, a first down. And that brings up another first down for Harding.
By number 4, Kevin.
18-yard run for K'Ron Adams. 1st and 10, Harding at the Clarkson 42-yard line. And this time the handoff's Giovanni Washington. Washington up the middle, picking his way. Washington with a nice move at the 35-yard line, and he's going to break this one all the way. 42 yards for Giovanni Washington.
Raiders. Giovanni Washington goes in from 42 yards out.
And the Raiders storm right back and answer that touchdown with one of their own. 18-7. Mike Kloss on to attempt the extra point once again for Harding. Kick is up, and it is good. And we have a 19-7 Raider lead.
5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Warren G. Harding Raiders 19.
And folks, that was a two-play, 60-yard drive. 18 yards on the opening run by K-Ron Adams. And then Giovanni Washington picks his way for 42 yards and a score on the second play of that drive. So a quick answer to that 83-yard scoring strike for North Clarkson.
Fireworks are being provided by ABI.
19-7, and there's still 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. And there has been a lot of action so far. Two big scoring runs for the Raiders, an 83-yard touchdown strike for the Clarkson Chargers. Michael Kloss on to kick. And number 4, Kevin Sabwa back once again for North Clarkson. And a low kick once again. Sabwa takes it at the 5-yard line. He shakes a couple tacklers at the 20, gets it out to the 30. And Clarkson's going to set up 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Nice return there for Nasabwa. Ryan Royster on the tackle for the Harding kick team.
First and 10 for Canada from the 31-yard.
DeJesus once again in the shotgun. Clarkson has 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. He drops back, looking to that left sideline, and that ball is caught by Barrow once again. All the way to the Harding 45-yard line.
To Barrow for first down. Forced out of bounds.
That's a 24-yard completion from DeJesus to Barrow. And they are turning into a pretty formidable pass combination right there. Looks like Yearwood back in at running back this series of plays for Clarkson. McCoy in motion. And the give is to Yearwood. Yearwood around the left. And Yearwood with 8 hard yards that time. Brings up a 2nd down and 2. Gets it to about the, looks like the 37-yard line of Harding.
Tackle on a play by Jalen Hooks.
Once again, Yearwood a 215-pound running back. And at least from up here, it looks like he is running very hard. The Raiders are going to need several guys on him to bring him down. 2nd down and 2. And this to give us again to Yearwood. And Yearwood gets it back by the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. 3rd and 2.
Yearwood the ball carrier. Ryan Royster on the tackle. 3rd down. 2 to go.
3rd and 2 for Clarkson at the Raider 37-yard line. And DeJesus with the give to Yearwood, and Yearwood gets it close to the 1st down. This is going to depend on the spot.
Yearwood the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by 37. Corey McPherson. Injury timeout.
And it looks like a Clarkson player is down. And from here, that spot looks like Yearwood has enough for the 1st down, and yes, he does. And we have an offensive player on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Raider 35 when play resumes. 2:48 to go in the first quarter, and the Harding Raiders are leading the Clarkson Chargers by a score of 19-7. And it has been a quarter of big plays to this point. The Clarkson trainers tending to the injured player. Not sure who that is yet. We'll get a number for you in a moment. That looks like
injured player number 25, Huron Yearwood.
and that was the running back, Kieran Yearwood,
1st and 10.
down on that play. But not after he got enough for the first down. DeJesus in the backfield all alone. He's got 5 receivers in this set. Drops back to pass. He looks left. He's got his pass is complete, but diving catch at the 31-yard line. Pick up about 4. It's 2nd down and 6.
Pick up a 4. 2nd and 6.
Pass complete to Michael Lehman, number 2 for North Clarkson. DeJesus has shown a pretty nice throwing arm so far in this first quarter. 2nd down and 6. And there's the give to Barrow. Barrow sheds 1 tackle. Barrow inside the 20-yard line.
Number 8, Brendan Barrow. Long carry. First down.
And whether he's in a receiving pattern or in the backfield, Brendan Barrow has shown a lot of flashback there for Clarkson. Picks up another first down inside the 20. They're at the Harding 19-yard line. And again, 5 receivers. DeJesus by himself in the backfield. Brendan Barrows to the left. He's the man to watch out for right now. Low snap. Pass is complete at the 10-yard line.
DeJesus pass complete to number 9, Clark Barnes. Tackle on a play by
Clark
number
Barnes
21.
for Clarkson on that reception.
Holding. Offense number 60.
9-yard completion. That's going to be negated by a holding penalty.
Second down.
That play's coming back. That's going to make it 1st down and 20 from the 29-yard line.
Replay first down.
1st and 20 from the 29-yard line.
And Barrow lines up at running back next to DeJesus this time. McCoy in motion. And there's the pass over the middle once again to number 9. Clark Barnes gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. Another penalty flag on the field.
Barnes. Tackle on a play by number 21, Kason Lewis.
Again, in an area where it looks like that's going to be an offensive penalty. It looks like we have an ineligible receiver downfield for Clarkson. That's going to back them up another 5 yards.
5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
And that's going to make it 1st and 25. Clarkson with the big pass play down to the 19-yard line. Now they find themselves all the way back at the Harding 34. Down to a minute to go in the first quarter.
1st and 25.
Looks like Brendan Barrow lining up in the backfield again, this time with DeJesus. DeJesus steps back to pass. Throws it right. That ball is dug out. And that is complete to Barrow.
The Jesus
Gets it back to the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and 10.
Driven out of bounds by number 7, Troy Yakubic.
14-yard pass play for Clarkson. Make it second down and 11. And keep an eye on number 8, Brendan Barrow. He's lining up wide to the left this time. DeJesus steps back to pass. He looks right. And he's got another complete pass, this time to about the 14-yard line. That's going to bring up a third down and 5.
Driven out of bounds by number 21, Kason Lewis.
So a couple penalties took Clarkson back to the 34-yard line. They were looking at first down and 25. Now they have a very manageable third down and 5 at the Raider 14-yard line. 38 seconds to play in the first quarter. Brendan Barrow lines up to the far left. DeJesus is looking. That ball is tipped. He was trying to get Barnes on that pass. It was tipped a couple times. It falls incomplete. That's going to bring him a fourth down and 5, and it looks like Clarkson's going to bring on the field goal unit. We're going to try and get out here with some points on this drive.
Broken up on the play by number 3, Jeremy Wilson.
McLean's going to spot the ball at the 21-yard line. It's going to make this a 31-yard field goal attempt.
22, Chris McLean.
And the snap is down, and strong kick, and it is good.
Good. 5 seconds
And
to go in the first quarter.
that makes the score 19-10.
Canada North 10.
To trip. All trip, just check quarters to move the safety over. You know what I mean?
The ACC is proud to announce 717 Credit Union as a corporate sponsor of our conference.
Oh, Clarkson hanging tough in this ball game. A lot of action in the first quarter. 24 seconds left.
Teams in the schools of the ACC.
And so far, Clarkson has decided not to kick to the Harding deep backs. They've pooched the first couple of kicks they've had. We'll see if they continue that.
McLean to kick.
Washington and Adams back deep. They haven't wanted to risk a return by either of those men. Jalen Hooks was back there earlier. All three of them very dangerous return men. Clarkson has taken no chances with any of them. They've kicked short to the upbacks on each of their kickoffs so far. McLean set to kick once again. And this time McLean hits it long. And that's going to go into the end zone for no return. Harding's going to take over at their own 20-yard line. .22 seconds to play in the first quarter. Harding has the ball first and 10 at their own 20. After the touchback.
Raiders take over first and 10. 20-yard line.
McLean kicked that to the end zone. He kicked that one into the wind, into the end zone. We'll see what he can do when he gets a chance to kick with the wind in his back if they get to do that next quarter. Penalty flags on the play, no gain.
Flag on the play.
The handoff was to Kayron Adams. He was met at the line of scrimmage for nothing on that play. He might have gotten a yard, but there is a flag down.
Holding offense number 78.
And holding on Harding this play.
Play first down.
Harding is going to face a first down and 20. That's going to back the Harding offense back up to their 10-yard line.
Brings up first and 20 from the 10-yard line.
Giovanni Washington in this time. He lines up to Chris Chu's right. We have two receivers. Jalen Hooks is in motion.
Jalen Hooks the ball carrier.
Hooks gets the ball, and he's tackled for a loss. Back to the 5-yard line.
Sam Boo.
And that brings up a 2nd down and 25 at the end of the first quarter. End of the first quarter, and it's your Harding Raiders 19, the Clarkson Chargers 10. Harding's going to have a 2nd and 24 from their own 6-yard line when we start up in the second quarter. A holding penalty on first down, and then a 6-yard loss on the end-around attempt by Jalen Hooks.
Mollenkopf Stadium, we would like to extend a great deal of luck to Warren, born and raised in 2008 Warren G. Harding graduate.
And all of a sudden, Harding finds itself deep in its own territory.
NBC's The Voice on Team Out. Be sure
And the Raiders are now moving into this wind.
Warren's own Dennis Drummond on Mondays and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on NBC. Tonight at halftime, we will play on our video boards a very special message from Dennis Drummond to the city of Warren.
Start the second quarter. Raiders 2nd and 24 from their own 6-yard line.
2nd and 24 from their own 6. There's the handoff to Kayron Adams. Adams around the end, and Adams with big yardage out to about the 24-yard line. 18-yard gain for Kayron Adams.
Brought down by number 3, Kristen.
And Adams has to already be closing in on 100 yards. He's got touchdown runs of 34 and 42 yards.
3rd down. 6 yards to go.
3rd and 6 for Harding at their own 24-yard line. Chew back to pass. Looking at the screen. Washington with 1 tackle broken. Washington now past the 30-yard line. He gets the first down, gets it out to the 34-yard line.
Chris Chew, pass complete to Kayron Adams. Giovanni Washington, check that. Tackle
Screen pass to Giovanni Washington. Picks up about 10. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Terrion Jackson to the near sideline. Jalen Hooks with 2 other receivers to the left. And the handoff is to Kayron Adams. And Adams gets maybe 2 yards off the left tackle.
Kayron Adams, ball carrier.
Make it 1 yard, bringing up a 2nd down and 9 from the 35-yard line.
Tyrell Lawrence.
Second down and 9. And Chew bobbles a snap. He's got a fall on that. Loss of about 4 on the play. Take it back to the 31-yard line.
Covered by Canada North.
And Chew wasn't able to hold on to that. That ball gets turned over. Canada North falls on it, and they're going to have a first down at the Harding 31-yard line and a chance to get right back in this ball game early in the second quarter.
Canada North takes over 1st and 10.
North Clarkson gets a turnover of their own now. DeJesus by himself in the backfield once again. He drops back. He's looking to the right, and he's got number 9, Clark Barnes. And that pass is complete and taken all the way to about the 6-yard line. Clarkson has a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line with 10:18 to go in the second quarter.
Tackle on the play by number 10, Chikari Salter.
Clarkson once again putting 5 receivers into the pattern. Brendan Barrow lines up in the slot. He's been a big playmaker. He goes in motion over to the right side. And the pass is complete down there to
DeJesus pass to Michael Lehman.
Looks like Michael Lehman. He's knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line, bringing up a second down and goal at the 3.
Jason Slade.
And DeJesus showing a very nice arm in the first half of this ball game, an accurate arm as well. Barrow lines up in the backfield. McCoy scoots in a little bit in motion. That pass intended for Nick Martin. It falls incomplete. Brings up a third down and goal at the 3-yard line.
DeJesus pass. Intended for Martin. Broken up by number 7, Jacobin.
Jakovic on defense for that last pass attempt. And the handoff, it gets down to the 1-yard line. It's going to bring a 4th down and goal at the 1.
Barrow on the ball carry.
Hand off to Brendan Barrow once again.
11, carry on Jackson.
4th and goal at the 1, and it looks like Clarkson's going to go for it. Big play here for Clarkson.
4th down and 1 on the 1-yard line.
And Barrow in the backfield with DeJesus. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Clock ticking down to 9 minutes.
Timeout.
And it looks like Clarkson's
North.
going to take a timeout and talk this play over.
Timeout offense, first charge of the half.
Harding fans, please visit the Raider Spirit Shop under the home stands for Raider apparel.
Getting ready to start play again. Clarkson with a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. They're going to try to punch this one in. 9:03 to go in the second quarter. Some discussion going on the Clarkson sideline, trying to get the right players on the field.
Fourth and 1 from the 1.
4th and goal at the 1-yard line. And Clarkson lining up in an I formation. DeJesus under center of this play. Fumble on the snap, and they're not going to get this one in. That ball's called down at the 1-yard line. Harding's going to take over and downs on their own 1.
Covered by Lehman. Raiders take over. First down.
Ball was fumbled at the 1-yard line. The recoverer was down. First down, Warren.
Harding takes over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line. Clarkson trying to push it in on 4th and goal. The snap was fumbled. covered by a Clarkson offensive player, covered by Michael Lehman. Unfortunately, he was, for Clarkson anyway, unfortunately, he was not in the end zone when he fell on that ball. Chris Chu under center now in his own 1 yard. Actually, Chu with the keeper. And there's no gain on that. Stacked up at the line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 1.
Ron Adams, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 92, Justin Sambu.
Ron Adams is in taking the snaps right now. Harding in that Wildcat type offense. Ron Adams taking the snap. And he brings it right, gets outside the corner. He's out to the 5, to the 10. And Ron Adams gets Harding a little bit of room.
Forced out of bounds by number 4.
They have a flag on the near sideline.
Flag on the play.
Adams was close to a 1st down that run. We have a penalty on the play.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 4 on the defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, 1st down.
And personal foul. Looks like maybe a late hit on the Clarkson defense. They're going to tack 15 on to the end of that run. That's going to give Harding a 1st down and move that ball all the way out to it looks like the 26-yard line.
1st and 10, out on the 26-yard.
There's the give to Washington around the left tackle. He gets a few out to about the 31. So that's about a 5-yard gain. Again, Ron Adams taking the snaps.
Tackle on the play by number 45, Cameron Gilmore.
2nd down and 5 at the 31. Ron Adams set to take the snap. He's got Giovanni Washington set to his left. And there's the give to Washington. Washington gets through the line of scrimmage, and another nice run by Washington. It's going to pick up a Raider 1st down out to about the 37-yard line.
Picks up the 1st down. Tackle on the play by number 92, Justin Sambu.
And it looks like Harding's going to keep going with that combination of Adams and Washington in the backfield a little while longer. Jalen Hooks, the lone receiver, far left. Adams with the keeper. Adams breaks a tackle up to the middle. Nice run for Ron Adams all the way to the Clarkson 45-yard line. 1st down, Raiders.
Adams, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 3, Tristan Hudson. 1st down.
17-yard run for Ron Adams out of the backfield. Hooks coming to the near sideline. Adams and Washington still in the backfield. This time the handoff's to Giovanni Washington. He's met at the line of scrimmage, and not much happening there this time. Gets a yard, brings up a 2nd down and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Washington, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 32, Olivier Mann.
We're under 7 minutes to go in the 1st half. Raiders still leading by a 19-10 score. Adams keeps this one. He's chased around the right end.
Ron Adams, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by
Lowers his head and picks up another. That's going to bring up a 37 at the 42-yard line. Chris Chu checks back in at quarterback.
Brings up 3rd down, 7 yards to go.
Ron Adams stays in at running back. Hooks, Jakovic, and Theophilus to the left. Terrion Jackson to the right. Chu with the quarterback draw. And he picks up the 1st down to about the 34-yard line.
Quarterback Chris Chu, the ball carrier.
Clarkson looking for the
Tackle
pass,
on
and
play
Chu
by
with the
number
keeper.
45, Cameron Gilmore. First down.
Pickup of 8 to the 34. First and 10, Harding. And Harding goes right back to the Wildcat with K'Ron Adams taking the snap. Giovanni Washington in the backfield along with him. And this time the give is to Washington. Washington up the middle for maybe a couple. Looks like he'll pick up 2 to about the 32-yard line, bring up a second down and 8.
Giovanni Washington, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 75, Tyrell Lawrence.
Adams takes a snap, and Adams with the keeper up the middle, and again, very limited running room again. Up to the 30-yard line. Third down and 6, Harding.
K'Ron Adams, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play.
It looks like another passing down. Chris Chu checks back in.
Hale Alva.
K'Ron Adams takes a breather. Giovanni Washington stays in at running back. Chu at quarterback. Terrion Jackson wide left. Jekovic, Peophilus, and Hooks to the right. And there's the give to Giovanni Washington. He dives ahead for another Raider first down.
Giovanni Washington, the ball
Takes
carrier.
that to the 23-yard line of Clarkson. That's enough for another first down.
Tripped up by number 66, Jerry Stu.
Harding started this drive on their own 1-yard line, and they are now at the Clarkson 23 with 4:09 to go in the first half.
First and 10 from the 23-yard line.
And once again, K'Ron Adams in to take the snap. Adams is going to keep this around the right side. Adams breaks it up the middle, and K'Ron Adams for 23 yards. Caps off a 99-yard Raider scoring drive. 23 yards for K'Ron Adams. That makes the score 25-10 Harding. "99-yard scoring drive, and every yard on the ground for Harding this time." Michael Klaus in to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good.
Extra point attempt.
And that's going to bring a penalty, I think, on
Back
Clarkson.
on the play.
Clarkson looks like they may be getting just a little frustrated now. 26-10 Harding. And that should be a roughing penalty on the Clarkson defense.
Personal fouls. Number 99, White.
Offsetting for what?
Number 67. Penalties offset.
Apparently offsetting personal fouls.
Both of us? Wow! He didn't do anything. He got
3 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the half. Warren G. Harding Raiders 26, Football North.
3:50 to go in the first half, and Warren Harding off a 99-yard touchdown drive now leads the Clarkson Chargers 26-10.
Aiden and Makai Williamson, please report to the press box.
K'Ron Adams scampering in from 23 yards out.
On the kick for the Raiders,
Michael
number
Klaus sets
90,
it up on the
Mike
far
Klaus.
hash mark. And Panton with a good return out to the 40-yard line. Sorry, that was Nasabwa. Nasabwa with the return out to the 41-yard line. That gives Clarkson very good field position with 3:43 to go in the first half. Clarkson looking to get back on the board and close the gap a little bit before halftime. They can score here. They will receive to open up the second half. And again, DeJesus, the lone man in the backfield. He's got 5 receivers out there. And he's looking to his left. It's number 11, McCoy. 11 shakes a tackle. And McCoy gets it down to about the 43-yard line. First down, Clarkson in the Raider territory at the 43.
Complete to McCoy. Tackle on the play by number 37, Corey McPherson. First and 10.
Clarkson has shown the ability to move the football and move it quickly. Brendan Barrow lines up on the near sideline, along with Kieran Yearwood. DeJesus steps back, quick screen to the right. Once again, hits McCoy. McCoy up to about the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and 2.
Jesus pass complete to McCoy. Tackle on the play by number 7, Troy Jackson.
Second down and 2 at the Raider 35-yard line. And it looks like Yearwood stays in the backfield with DeJesus this time. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. DeJesus steps back to pass. And he's looking deep. And the Raiders are going to get flagged for pass interference on that call. That pass was intended for Nick Martin. He was covered, and according to the officials, he was covered just a little bit too closely. Raiders are going to get flagged for pass interference on that second down and 2 call.
Defense number 1, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Jalen Hooks gets the flag for interference that time. It's going to give a first down to Clarkson. It's going to move the ball up to the Raider 20-yard line. First and 10, Clarkson at the 20. Plenty of time left. Clarkson with 2 timeouts if they need them. Yearwood again in the backfield with DeJesus. Low snap is popping. That's covered by Harding at the 25-yard line. First down, Raiders.
Number 67, Jawan
Poole. Low snap gets bobbled by DeJesus. Number 67, Jawan Poole falls on it for the Harding Raiders. That seems to be a recurring problem for Clarkson. Their long snaps just don't seem to be very consistent. They've had a couple bad punt snaps and a couple bad exchanges from center to quarterback. Harding takes over on their own 24-yard line. They've got 2:20 to play in the first half, all 3 timeouts. And there's the handoff to, looks like Kayron Adams. He gets a few out to about the 26-yard line. Gets a couple. It's called second down and
Adams,
8.
Ball carrier. Brought down by number 66, Jerry Dew.
Chris Chu back in at quarterback. Chu looks his right, and there's a screen play to Hooks, but Hooks catches it as he's falling down, so that's going to lose a couple that time, even though the pass was complete.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Timeout Clarkson. They want to stop the clock. Looking for a chance to get this ball back before halftime.
Defense, second timeout of the half.
That brings up a 3rd and 12 for Harding. Clarkson North trying to
We would like to extend
save
a
on the
great
time
deal
that's
of thanks
remaining
to
in
the
its half.
following for their
Get the
help
ball
in
back,
making
try to put another
Molotov
score on the board
Stadium
because once
a
again, they
great
do receive
stadium
the
for our
opening
students.
second half kickoff.
The Warren Board of Education for always supporting our student athletes and our students. The Warren Athletic Department for their countless hours of Warren sports operations. Fred Whitaker, Frank Bozak, and the students of WSCN for their video operations. Brandon Giovanni of MDI Studios for his game day video productions. The stadium staff and equipment managers for all they have
Minute
done.
44 to go in the
And
first half.
lastly,
Harding with a 26-10 lead
Raider
over
fans,
Clarkson
for
North.
your loyal support
from
for our Raider
Ontario,
sports
Canada.
programs. From all of us, we want to
Harding
thank
with a third
you,
down and
the
12
best
at their
high school
own
fans in the
22-yard
nation.
line. Chris Chu back in at quarterback. Kayron Adams sets up to his right. And there's the reverse to Hooks. Hooks around the corner. Hooks out to the 30. He's going to be a couple yards short of that first down. A little double reverse action there for the Harding offense. Chu with the handoff to Adams. Adams with the give to Jalen Hooks coming around the right end. Hooks gets about 8 yards. It's not quite enough. It's 4th and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Mollenkoff Stadium.
I can hear the Harding sideline calling for the punt team, so they're going to punt it away.
2008 Warren G. Harding graduate Dennis Drummond, who is currently a contestant on NBC's The Voice on Team Adam. Be sure to watch, support, and vote for Warren's own Dennis Drummond on Mondays and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on NBC. Tonight at halftime, we will play on our video board a very special message from Dennis
It's like a
Drummond
4th
to the
and
city of
2
Warren.
at the 32-yard line. Kevin Stouffer back to punt for the Harding Raiders. And Sabwa back to receive, standing about his 32-yard line for Clarkson. And it is a low line drive kick. That is definitely returnable. Nasaba fields at about the 33-yard line, 37-yard line rather. Gets around the right side to the 45, the 50. He's in the Raider territory up to the Raider 45-yard line.
First kick, returned by number 4, Kevin Nasaba.
And Clarkson's going to set up 1st and 10 at the 45. They've got 1 timeout and a minute 12 to play with.
Eddie Schroeder.
And they have shown some quick strike capability in this first half. Trying to put a score on the board. Once again, they open up on offense in the third quarter. A quick score here, and this team is right back in the ballgame.
Ball on 45-yard.
DeJesus once again by himself in the back, though. He's got 5 receivers. DeJesus back to pass. He's going to keep this one. Gets it up to the 40, up to about the 37-yard line. Gain of about 8 on that play. Bring up a 2nd down and 2.
Pick up of 7.
Clarkson trying to get guys in position in a hurry.
Second.
We're under a minute in the first half. Clarkson still with the timeout. DeJesus drops back once again, looking to his left. He hits number 9, Barnes.
Pass complete to Barnes.
That's a 1st down at the 25-yard line. Clock stops while the chains move.
Jacobin.
And
That's illegal! That's illegal! Canada! He's not set!
And Clarkson spikes the ball to stop the clock with 31 seconds to play. They're going to have a 2nd down and 10 at the Raider 25-yard line.
Ball down on the play.
They do still have a
Brings up
timeout.
2nd and 10 from the 25-yard.
Brendan Barrow, number 8, lining up to the right. He's one of the guys to watch right here. DeJesus is looking that way. He hits number 1, Martin. Martin fights ahead to about the 11-yard line. That's another first down for Clarkson. Change move. Clock stops for just a moment or two while they get the change set. First and 10 at the 11. 22 seconds to go in the first half. And once again, Clarkson stops the ball with the spike. 16 seconds to play in the first half. Clarkson has a first and 10 at the Harding 11-yard line. Clarkson looking to put some points on the board before the half, and that Harding defense trying to keep them out one more time.
Second and 10 from the 11-yard line. 16 seconds to go in the half.
We've got some discussion among the officials down there at the moment. Once again, second down and 10 for Clarkson at the Harding 11-yard line. 16 seconds to play in the first half. 26-10 Harding Raider lead. It appears number 8, Brendan Barrow, is lining up in the backfield next to
19 seconds on the game clock.
quarterback Nicholas DeJesus, and they're resetting the clock back to 19 seconds. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Barrow in the backfield with DeJesus.
11-yard line.
And Harding is going to take a defensive timeout.
Timeout Raiders.
Timeout defense, first timeout of the half.
That's Harding's first time out of the half. Still waiting to get this second down and 10 play off for Clarkson. They're at the Harding 11-yard line. Spike the ball to stop the clock with 19 seconds lined up. Then Harding uses its first time out of the half to talk this one over. Officials calling for the teams back on the field. And hopefully we'll finally get this second down play off. 19 seconds playing the first half.
Here we go again. Second and 10 from the 11.
Second down and 10 at the Harding 11-yard line. Once again, Brendan Barrow, he's been a big player for the Clarkson. He lines up in the backfield with Nicholas DeJesus. DeJesus steps back, looks a pass, fires for the right corner. And he hits Chris Barnes in the corner for the touchdown.
Pass complete to number 8. Brendan Barrow for the score.
Actually, that was Barrow. He hit Brendan Barrow in the corner for that touchdown. That's Barrow's second TD reception in the first half. McLean on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Actually, it's no good.
Extra point attempt is no good.
That keeps the score at 26-16 with 13 seconds to go in the first half.
Harding Raiders 26.
Extra point attempt was wide.
16.
Clarkson got what they were looking for. They kept some time on the clock. They were drive down and score, although they missed the extra point attempt, but they are going to get the ball back to start the second half. So once again, they are in a position to make this game very tight. Kayron Adams and Giovanni Washington checking in as the deep backs for Harding. They're going to line up inside their 5-yard line. McLean for Clarkson has shown a strong leg. I imagine with the wind in his back, he's going to kick this and more than likely have a touchback here. I don't think he's going to want, I don't think Clarkson wants Washington or Adams to have a chance at making a big play here at the end of the first half.
Number 1, Jalen Hooks. Number 2, Kayron Adams. On the kick for North.
And we may have an offsides call on the Clarkson kickoff team. And that is the initial signal.
Offsides on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
McLean had that kick low, almost a squib kick.
Number 5.
Not sure why they would do that. He's showing plenty of leg. I'm sure with the wind in his back, he'd have no problem kicking this ball out of the end zone. Back him up to the 35-yard line. We'll see what they try to do this time. And again, McLean squibs it. This ball is fielded by Kayron Adams about the 17-yard line. Adams up the middle. Nice return out to about the 37. 9 seconds to play in the first half.
Kayron Adams on the kick return, brought down by number 92, Justin Sambu. Raiders take over 1st and 10.
We'll see if Harding tries to run a play here, if they're going to be content to sit on this one and run the first half out and take that 10-point lead into the locker room. And with Jalen Hooks lining up deep, it looks like a kneel-down formation. So Harding's going to run the clock out here to end the first half, take that 26-16 lead into the locker room. And that's going to do it for the first half at Malakoff. Raiders 26, Clarkson North 16. Stay tuned for the Raider marching band. Halftime at Malakoff Stadium. And we'll be back at the start of the third quarter.
Decades, we have been the musical pride of Warren, Ohio.
Stadium, get on your feet and make some noise for your Raider marching band.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the gold standard of Northeastern Ohio marching band, the WGH Raiders marching band. Our band is under the direction of Freed Young and Heather Cerny and Kevin Kuiper. Our major instructors, Abby Fisher, and flagline instructors, Allie LaBarros. Trumpet master Sarah Compson. The band is led on the field by field commanders Creation Morgan, Ariana Reed, kick off our show, 24 karat gold and white with a 2016 hit by Bruno Mars. Here is 24 karat magic. This year's season with a new feature highlighting our Raider majorettes. This 2016 hit by Justin Timberlake comes from the soundtrack to the movie Trolls. Here is Can't Stop the Feeling. Up next, our Harding Raider Band turns to an arrangement of a Green Day hit from 2016. This Tom Walsh arrangement features an energetic and exciting addition to our show. We hope you enjoy Still Breathing. gentlemen, do you know where you are? This is Raider Country! Our tradition continues. To finish our show tonight, we present a long-standing tradition that has continued throughout the years of worn bands. Through rain, sun, and snow, this final drill has stood for school pride no matter where it's performed. Feel free to get on your feet, clap, and cheer along because it's Raiders! Raiders! It's Script Raiders! Ladies and gentlemen, for your support tonight and all through this year and through all the years for our Raider Band. And now join us as we cheer for our Raiders!
Fans in attendance at Mollenkoff Stadium. At this time, we ask that you direct your attention to our video board as we play a special message from born and raised in Warren, Ohio, Warren G. Harding class of 2008, and a contestant on NBC's The Voice, Dennis Drummond, who is currently on Team Adam.
Hey everyone, Dennis here from this season of NBC's The Voice, but most importantly, born and raised in Warren, Ohio. I wanted to take a second and send you all a message and say thank you so much for all the love and all the support. I'm so grateful to have such a strong hometown team rooting for me. You guys rock. Thank you. I love you guys. I'm a proud product of Warren City Schools. I graduated from Warren G. Harding in 2008. So I want to show my Raider pride and say good luck and go Raiders. Tune in on Mondays and Tuesdays on NBC to The Voice to see what happens next. Again, thank you guys so much for all the love. I'm so grateful. I'm proud to be from the 330. I'm proud to be from Warren. You guys rock. Thank you so much.
Again, fans, be sure to tune in to NBC's The Voice Mondays and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. to follow Warren's very own Dennis Drummond's journey. Dennis, the city of Warren and Warren City Schools are proud of everything you've accomplished, and we will continue to support you, and when you move on to the voting round, vote nonstop for you. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy the rest of your night here at Mollenkoff Stadium.
I look like you started running up here. Oh my God. I can't make it. I can't make it on the trip. That cup first.
What it means to be from this city. Show them. For generations, this field, this stadium, is where we witness kids start their path to pursue their dreams. 3 championship organizations have raised boys into men and taught them what it means to be from this city. Showed them the strength and pride that runs generations deep in each person that calls this city home. Gave them their start to build their talents, believe in their dreams, and reach their ultimate goal. In this city, this is taught not only on the football field, but expressed to every student that has ever walked through a Warren City school door. In this city, we are taught at a very young age to believe in our talents and dreams, set a goal, and never give up. In this city, examples of dedication, determination, and the pursuit to become greater is displayed in all areas of our city. Here are 30 men that believed in that Warren spirit and reached their ultimate goal of playing in the National Football League. From the Warren G. Harding Panthers, Paul Warfield, Bill Collar, David Arnold, Joseph Carey, Travis Davis. From the Warren Western Reserve Raiders, Vanessa Brandon, Myron Elsie, Ross Browner, Jimmy Browner, Joey Browner, Keith Browner, Aaron Brown, Derek Kelson, Vanessa Cree, Elfie Birch, Mark Brandon. From the Warren G. Harding Raiders, Vanessa Probitz, LaShawn Daniels Jr., Christopher Anzavino, LaShawn Daniels, Derek Tolles, Maurice Claret, Carl Diggs, Prescott Burgess, David Herron, Anquan Molden, Mario Manningham, Chris Rucker, and Daniel Boone Herron. Along the way, we have lost a few NFL legends of Warren. but their legacy will live long on this field at Mollenkopf Stadium. John Chickermia, Chuck Riffle, Jim Bratz, Michael Graham, Lionel Reed, David Rogers, Teddy Roberts, and Corey Stringer. So to the next generation, what are you going to do? Here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to let anyone tell you you can't become something greater. You're not going to listen to those that judge you by the area that you live before reviewing your talents. Because in this city, it's not about what we used to be. Because buildings may fall, but our heartbeat will continue to grow louder each day. In this city, it doesn't matter how small or big, fast or slow, quick or patient you are. Go out there and follow your dreams and believe in everything you got. The proof you can follow your dreams is in every inch of this city. Not just in football, but in every aspect of life. So to the next generation in Warren, I dare you, go out there and create your own legacy.
All right, guys, have a good one. Just cut that video off and go back to what you're doing for tonight. I appreciate it. Don't do it now. Whenever this clock ticks down. All right? Good job.
You know if we're on yet? Okay. And welcome back, Raider Nation, as we get ready to start the third quarter. Your Raiders open up the second half with a 26-16 lead over Clarkson North from Ontario, Canada. Clarkson scored late in the first half to bring the score to 26-16, and they will receive to start the third quarter. So they have a chance to make it even closer. It's been a wild first half, several big plays. Clarkson with an 83-yard touchdown play. Harding with 3 long touchdown runs coming on behalf of K'Ron Adams and Giovanni Washington. 2 quarters left in this 2017 high school football season for your Harding Raiders. Standing at 2-6 right now, trying to make themselves 3-6. There's the kick by Michael Kloss. It's fielded about the 12-yard line. Barnes with that kickoff return. He gets some room. He's out to the 35, the 40. He gets past Klaus to the 50. And he trips out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of Harding.
Number 9, Clark Barnes.
Nice return by Clarkson's number 9, Clark Barnes.
Out of bounds by number 9.
Give Clarkson some nice field position to open up this third quarter. 1st and 10 at the Harding 46-yard line for Clarkson North. And Clarkson opens up the second half with that 5-receiver set. Nick DeJesus by himself in the backfield. Looked like Brendan Barrow went left. There's a screen to McCoy. McCoy gets, looks like 5 or 6 out to about the 41-yard line.
The Jesus pass complete to number 11, Josiah.
It's a 5-yard pickup, bring up a 2nd down and 5.
Terrion Jackson.
Terrion Jackson in on a stop for the Harding Raiders. Jesus with the snap, and there's a give to Brendan Barrow. Barrow across the 40, and Barrow breaks the tackle through the line of scrimmage. He's going to take this one all the way, 41 yards for Clarkson to open up the second half. And Clarkson gets it that much closer.
41 yards out for the touchdown for North.
Brendan Barrow with the handoff, breaks through the line of scrimmage, 41-yard touchdown run for the Clarkson Chargers. And that is exactly what they were looking for. They scored to close off the first half. They knew they were getting the ball to start the second half. And they've put 2 quick scores on the board. McLean in for the extra point to try to bring this game within 3 points for Clarkson North. Kick is up, and it is good. And we have a 26-23 ball game.
Good. 11 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Warren G. Harding Raiders 26. Football North 23.
As we said in the first half, in years past, Warren Harding has played host to a couple of Canadian teams, and they've pretty much had their way with them. This team's a little bit different. They haven't won a lot of ball games, but they have played some very stiff competition throughout the season. Some of the best teams that Ohio has to offer. They've played all their games on the road. So this is a very battle-tested football team, and they are hanging right in this ball game. They have shown the ability to score from any place on the field.
On the kick for North, number 22.
K'Ron Adams and Jalen Hooks back to receive this kickoff.
Number 1.
And for the most part, Clarkson has tried to stay away from those 2 return men. They've kicked one into the end zone for a touchback. The rest of the kicks have been short pooch kicks or little scrib kicks, but they're trying to keep the ball out of those dangerous return men's hands for Harding. And McLean kicks this one deep. It's going to be fielded by Adams at about the 6-yard line. Adams up to the 20, the 25. And K'Ron Adams gets it out to about the 28-yard line. Harding will set up 1st and 10 at the 28.
Tackle on the play by number 36, Adam Fedor.
We'll see if Chris Chu comes out at quarterback or if they bring K'Ron Adams out in that wildcat formation. And it looks like Chu's coming onto the field, so a little more traditional setup. Jalen Hooks is lined up towards the near sideline. K'Ron Adams will line up to Chris Chu's right. 1 receiver set. And there's the handoff to Adams. Adams sheds a tackle. Adams to the line of scrimmage. Adams to the 45-yard line, and Adams is off to the races once again. He's to the 40. He makes a move at the 35, and K'Ron Adams all the way down to the 20-yard line. 52-yard run for K'Ron Adams.
Tackle on the play by number 4, Kevin Nasaba.
Gets it down to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 Harding at the Clarkson 19. Giovanni Washington this time, and he's tangled up behind the line of scrimmage. Gets it back, loses a yard on that play. He's going to make this 2nd down and 11 from the 20. And K'Ron Adams has to be well over 100 yards at this point. Jeremy Wilson brings the play in. Giovanni Washington stays in a running back. K'Ron Adams getting a breather after that 50-plus yard scamper. And Washington gets the ball. And again, Washington is corralled behind the line of scrimmage. Number 99, Cale Deva. 6'4", 230-pound defensive lineman getting into the backfield that time. Brings up a 3rd and 12.
from the 21-yard line.
Giovanni Washington in the backfield one more time, along with Chris Chu. Hooks, Peophilus, and Jakubik are lined up to the right. Chris Chu hits Terrion Jackson, and that ball bounces loose. And that's incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 at the 21.
Intended for number 11, Terrion Jackson.
Nice coverage by the Clarkson secondary on that
32,
play.
Olivier Ombi.
This is going to be 4-down territory for the Raiders.
21-yard.
4th and 12 at the 21-yard line. Kayron Adams checks in. Adams and Chu in the backfield. Jalen Hooks lines up on the near sideline. And Chu is looking for Hooks. And in and out of the hands just a little bit high. And Harding's going to turn the ball over on downs.
Jalen Hooks, incomplete.
Clarkson North is going to take over at their own 21-yard line with 9:08 to go in the third quarter. And only down 3 points. After that big Brendan Barrow touchdown run on their last possession.
Get your 50-50 tickets, raffle tickets ready.
Looks like Kieran Yearwood in the backfield now with DeJesus. And he gets the ball off the left tackle, and he plows ahead for about 7. Again, big 215-pound running back, and he has shown the ability to move.
Yearwood, the ball carrier.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 at the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 2 make it. 8-yard gain by Yearwood. Yearwood stays in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. And the handoff once again to Yearwood. Yearwood pushes the pile forward. That's going to be enough for another Clarkson first down. Gets it out to about the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, Clarkson at the 33.
Raiders. First and 10, North on the 33-yard line.
Brendan Barrow along with Clark Barnes on the near side in the receiver positions. Barrow's been the big play man so far. DeJesus looking the other way this time. He's got a man at the 38-yard line. That's McCoy. McCoy out to the 50. He's in the Raider territory down to about the 47-yard line. And another Clarkson first down.
DeJesus pass complete to number 11. Josiah McCoy. Tackled on the play by number 7.
And that passing game for Clarkson has been racking up a lot of yards against that Raider defense tonight. 1st and 10 at the Raider 47-yard line. DeJesus drops back once again. He's got a little bit of pressure. He hits McCoy over the middle about the 24-yard line. He takes it down to the 22. And again, a first down for Clarkson. McCoy slow to get up at the end of that play.
DeJesus pass complete to McCoy. Tackle on the play by
down to the spot that at the 21-yard line.
Flag on the play.
And that play is going to come back. Holding called on Clarkson. Negates a nearly 30-yard pass play for Clarkson. They're going to bring that one back.
Previous line, John.
So instead of 1st and 10 at the Raider 21, that's going to back Clarkson up to the 43-yard line, their own 43, and it's going to be 1st and 20 from that point. And again, Clarkson goes into that 5-receiver set. DeJesus by himself in the backfield. Looks like Barrow is on the far sideline. Clarkson looking right. And that ball is picked off by by Jalen Hooks. The pass a little bit high. First and down, 10 Raiders.
The Jesus pass intercepted by number 1.
That pass was a little bit high, and Jalen Hooks snagged it. Raider ball at the Clarkson 48-yard line. $7:14 to play in the third quarter now. Raider ball at the 48 after the Jalen Hooks interception. Harding comes back out in the Wildcat formation. K'Ron Adams take the snap. They produced a lot of yards on the ground the first half with this. Adams gives it to Washington. And Washington is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Looks like very little, if any, gain. Second and a long 9, almost 10 yards. He gets about a half a yard off that play. Harding's going to stay with that Wildcat formation. Hooks and Jakovic line up to the right. Adams with the snap. Adams with the keeper this time. And again, nothing happening in the middle of that line of scrimmage. That Clarkson defense, the defensive line, tightening up pretty nicely right now. Maybe another half yard. Third down and 9.
K'Ron Adams, the
ball at the Clarkson 47-yard line.
Justin Samboo.
Chris Chu back in at quarterback on the third and long play.
Brings up third down.
He's had a couple quarterback draws from that position, so there's no guarantee that he's going to throw the ball this time. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Chu does drop back the pass. He's under some pressure, and Chu's going to be sacked at the 45-yard line. It's about an 8-yard loss.
Chu back the pass. Tackle on the play by number 48.
It's going to bring up 4th and about 17 from the Raider 45. Raider punt team on the field. So Harding not able to capitalize on that Jalen Hooks interception. Stouffer into punt. Big rush. He gets the punt off. Big rush by Clarkson. And that takes a Clarkson bounce, and the Raiders are going to have to down that at about the 36-yard line. Clarkson's going to get nice field position at their own 36.
Golfer's punt. Down by
Clarkson was coming after that one. A lot of pressure on that one. He barely got that punt off as a short punt. Took a bad hop for the Raiders.
First and 10. The 36-yard line.
Actors, children's hospitals, and Warren area families convene to access to expert, kid-friendly care. Pediatrics, urgent care, sports rehab, and non-special care services are located nearby for busy families like you.
Kieran Yearwood in the backfield with Nicholas DeJesus. Ball at the 36-yard line. 5:20 to go in the third quarter. And Yearwood with the handoff. And the big running back takes it ahead for about 6, maybe 7 yards. It's going to bring up a second down and short. We call that second down and 4 out to the
tackle on the play by number 11, Jackson.
43-yard line. Second down and 3. They've got to get to the 46 for a first down. Second down and short. Brendan Barrow lines up to the right along with Clark Barnes. Those two have hauled in a lot of passes this evening. And the give to Yearwood once again. And Yearwood plows ahead for another Clarkson North first down.
The ball carrier. Tackled again by number 11, Terrion Jackson.
First and 10 at the Clarkson 48-yard line.
Tonight's 50-50 jackpot, $187.
Clock down to 4:20 in the third quarter. DeJesus back to pass. He looks right. Gets the screen pass out to Michael Lehman. And that's a gain of about 7.
Forced out of bounds by number
Second down and 3 at the Harding 45-yard line. Clarkson only down by 3 points, 26-23. They're taking their time right now. They know they don't need to get a lot in a hurry. Trying to pick apart this Harding defense. And there's the give once again to Yearwood. Yearwood breaks the tackle, and he's for another first down to the 35-yard line of Harding.
Yearwood, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 1, Jalen Hooks.
Clarkson started this drive in their own 36. Now they're at the Harding 35-yard line with the 1st and 10. Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Barrow lines up to the left. We got Barnes and McCoy down here to the right. Yearwood in the backfield with the Jesus. And Yearwood with the carry again. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, but manages to fall ahead for a couple. Looks like they'll give him 1 on that play. Brings up a 2nd down and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Carry on Yearwood, ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 11, Terrion Jackson.
Terrion Jackson in on the tackle for the Harding Raiders that play. McCoy and Barnes to the right. Barrow to the left. DeJesus back to pass. He's looking over there. Looks like he hit Barrow. Diving pass out of bounds. Gain of about 4.
DeJesus pass complete is number 2, Lehman.
Actually, that pass was caught by Michael Lehman.
A pickup of 4. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 at the Raider 31-yard line. Harding defense needs a stop right here. Forces Clarkson team into a 4th down situation. McCoy goes in motion. DeJesus back to pass. He's looking right. He's got Barnes at the 22. Barnes has a 1st down inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line.
Nicholas DeJesus pass.
1st and 10. Spot that ball at about the 19. 1st and 10 at the Raider 19-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Clarkson on the move once again.
1st and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line.
Looks like Barrow. Oh, and another bad snap.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by DeJesus.
Clarkson's had a number of bad snaps this game. This time DeJesus is able to fall on that one. That results in a loss of about 3 yards. Takes it back to the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 13.
1, 5, 6, 2.
Missed my chance on the tickets tonight.
6, 1, 5, 6, 2. $187.
2nd down and 13 after the bobbled snap on that last play. Clarkson comes out again in that 5-receiver set. DeJesus by himself in the backfield. He's going to keep this one. Gets it back just about to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 10 at the 19-yard line.
Ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 11, Terrion Jackson.
We keep hearing Terrion Jackson's name on defense quite a bit this half. He picks up another stop. Third and long for the Clarkson Chargers. 34 seconds to play in the third quarter. They'll have the wind at their back in the 4th. McCoy in motion. Barrow in the backfield. DeJesus steps back. He's looking to the left corner. That ball is caught, but it is out of bounds. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10. And it looks like Clarkson's going to bring on the field goal unit and attempt to tie the ball game at 26. 13 seconds to play in the third quarter.
DeJesus pass intended for number 11, Josiah McCoy. Defending on the play, number 3, Jeremy Wilson.
Looks like McLean's going to spot it at the 26. It's going to make this a 36-yard field goal attempt into the wind. McLean's shown a very strong leg this evening. He's got one field goal to his credit, looking to tie the ball game up at this point. Good snap. Kick is up. A lot of distance. And it is good. And with 6 seconds to play in the third quarter. Clarkson 26 and your Warren G. Harding Raiders 26. And we've got a barn burner in week 10 at Mollenkopf. 5 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Third quarter. Warren G. Harding Raiders 26. Football North 26.
And Clarkson has scored 16 unanswered points to tie this ball game at 26. Picked up a touchdown towards the end of the first half. Did not convert the point after attempt. And then a 41-yard run by Brendan Barrow in the third quarter. And now the 36-yard field goal by Chris McLean. And we have a tie ball game as we get ready to close out the third quarter. Line drive kick. That's going to be fielded at about the 2-yard line. That's Giovanni Washington. Washington's got an alley. Washington to the 40. And Giovanni Washington with a big return for the Harding Raiders out to about the 42-yard line. 40-yard return for Giovanni Washington. And the Raiders are going to have excellent field position when the fourth quarter opens at their own 42-yard line. 1 quarter to play in this 2017 high school football season, and we are all knotted up at 26.
With the full roster of affordable health, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance. To add the strongest, most reliable player in the game to your team. Call Anthem or your broker. Free, no obligation. McDonald's owner, operator John and Michelle Purdue, a proud sponsor of the Warren G. Harding Raiders. McDonald's not only offers great food, it delivers great employment opportunities.
And here we go, Raider Nation. 12 minutes to play in this 2017 season. This game is tied up at 26. Harding Raiders opening up the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line after the big kickoff return by Giovanni Washington. Chu takes a snap, drops back to pass. He's looking to get it all in one play. And just overthrows Jalen Hooks. I think Hooks had the man beat. That throw was just a little bit long.
Chris Chu's pass intended for number 1.
Looking for the home run ball right off the bat. Just beyond the outstretched hands of Jalen Hooks. 2nd down and 10 at the 42-yard line. There's a handoff to Adams, and Adams with a few out to about the 46-yard line. Gain of about 4. Make it 3rd down and 6.
Came around that ball carrier. Tackle on the play by number 48. The 9.
Looks like number 45 for Clarkson. Cameron Gilmore, linebacker. A little slow to get up on that play. Looks like he's holding his arm.
Check down number 45.
Injury timeout.
Cameron Gilmore.
All set to resume play now with 11:39 to play in the ball game. Third down and 6. We still have an official timeout. Now we're going. Kayron Adams set to take the snap. Giovanni Washington lines up to his right. Adams is going to keep this. He's looking to throw. He's looking for Jalen Hooks. He gets down. Hooks is trying the 16-yard line. Touchdown Raiders! 46-yard pass play. K-Ron Adams and Jalen Hooks. It was 54 yards from their own 46-yard line. 54-yard scoring strike from K-Ron Adams to a wide-open Jalen Hooks. Michael Kloss in to attempt the extra point with 11:19 to play. And that kick is up, and it is good.
Extra point attempt by Kloss.
And the Raiders take a 33-26 lead with 11:19 to play.
19 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Your Warren G. Harding Raiders 33. Football North 26.
K-Ron Adams into that Wildcat position, that Wildcat formation. Looked like he was going to keep it, then he pulled up the pass. Jalen Hooks had the defensive man beat by at least a couple strikes, wide open, hits him in stride at the 15-yard line. And Jalen Hooks goes the rest of the way untouched into the end zone. A 54-yard scoring pass to put the Raiders on top, 33-26. A lot of game to go right now. That defense needs to do something to stop this high-powered Clarkson offense.
On the kick for the
It'll be
Raiders.
interesting to see the passing stats for Nick DeJesus. He has put a lot of yards up in the air for this
For
team.
North. Number 4, Kevin Nasaba. Number 9, Clark Barnes.
Nasabaugh and Barnes back deep for the Clarkson Chargers. And it's a low kick, fielded at about the 18-yard line. That return comes out to about the Clarkson 39. First and 10, Clarkson North at their own 39-yard line. As they try to answer Harding once again. They've done it all night long.
Tackle on the play by number 27, Cameron King.
Mark it at the 38-yard line, first and 10. Just over 11 minutes to play in the ball game. Looks like Brendan Barrow in the backfield along with Nick DeJesus this time. And he's going to get the ball. And Barrow gets ahead for about 8 yards. There's a penalty flag on that far sideline. There might have been a little bit extra going on over there. That's not what needs to happen for Harding right now. Barrow picked up 7, maybe 8 yards on that play. There was a late flag. And there's a face mask call on the Harding defense.
15 yards added to the end of the run.
He's going to tack on 15 at the end of the run from the 45-yard line, take it up to the Harding 40-yard line for a first down. Barrow in at running back once again. And once again, he gets the ball, little delay play, and Barrow plows his way ahead for another first down. That's about a 13-yard gain up to about the 26-yard line. 13, 14-yard gain for Clarkson.
Giovanni Washington, call to the play, first down.
.10:30 to go in the third quarter. Barrow staying in at that running back position. He's had the last 2 runs. And this time DeJesus keeps it. And he hits McCoy wide open. And McCoy trots into the end zone from 26 yards out. Touchdown, Clarkson North. 26-yard scoring strike from Nick DeJesus to Josiah McCoy. Little play action in the backfield. Harding secondary bid on that one. McCoy was all by himself, hitting stride at about the 8-yard line. McLean in to attempt the extra point and tie this ball game up once again. And that kick was blocked. I'm not sure. Almost like the Clarkson line never got set or didn't know the ball was being snapped, but that Harding defense got in there pretty much untouched, and any one of 4 players could have blocked that one. And that might turn out to be huge late in this ball game. Harding maintains a 1-point lead at 33-32. Total breakdown on that extra point. Not sure what happened on the Clarkson side of the ball, but that keeps Harding in the lead by 1. We'll see how big that plays towards the end of the ball game.
Medical Mutual, 717, Thermal Metropolitan Housing, Saratoga, Dr. Bauer.
That will probably force Clarkson into a 2-point conversion situation should they score another touchdown down the line.
Northeast Ohio Orthopedics, Attorney
Adams and Washington back deep for the Raiders.
State Trimmer, Akron Children's Hospital, AVI Incorporated.
McLean set the kickoff for Clarkson, and again he is heading from south to north. So that puts the wind at his back. He's only kicked it deep a couple of times tonight. Most of the time he's tried to kick it short or squib it. Again, trying to keep it out of the hands of those dangerous return men. And this time he boots it up into that wind, and this one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Harding's going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with just over 10 minutes to play in the game and a 1-point lead at 33-32. Chris Chu comes out at quarterback this time for the Raiders. Kayron Adams, the running back, to start this series of offensive plays. Jalen Hooks, one of the near 2 receivers. Terrion Jackson to the far side. Fake to Adams. Chris Chu hits Hooks at the 25, and there's another flag down, and I think this is going to go against Clarkson. Little extracurricular activity down there. I think that's going to tack 15 on to the Raider offensive play.
Number 1, Harding. Penalty flag on the play.
End of the play, personal foul, face mask, defense number 33. 15-yard penalty.
Face mask call on Clarkson. That's going to take the ball out to the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Harding at the 40. Just under 10 minutes to play. 33-32. Warren Harding on top right now. And Chu the handoff. No gain on that play, maybe a half a yard. We're going to call this one 2nd down and 9. Adams had nothing on that one.
Brought down by the interior line, the North defense.
Giovanni Washington checks in a running back. Adams comes out for a breather. Troy Jakovic, the long receiver, going to the left. Jackson and Hooks on the right. And there's a handoff to Washington. Washington fights ahead for maybe another one.
Washington, the ball carrier.
Clarkson has closed that middle up.
By number 33, Adam Aaron.
3rd down and 9.
Third down and 9. Ball is on the 41-yard line.
Jackson and payoff on this left. Right, rather. Hooks in motion. Fake the hooks. And Chu's going to take a sack. Back at the 38-yard line. Brings up a 4th down and 12. And the Raiders are going to have to punt this one away. And that defense is going to have to come up with a stop now.
Brings up 4th down, 11 yards to go.
Clarkson was close to blocking a punt earlier. We'll see if they bring the line this time and try to knock this one down.
Punt for the Raiders, number 20.
And they've got a lot of people up on that line. They may be trying to block this one.
Timeout Raiders.
And the Raiders take their first time out of the second half with 8:06 to play.
Net Bauer orthodontic, Warren's only preferred Invisalign adult and Invisalign teen provider. Help you achieve a big, beautiful smile. Visit us on the internet and broadbauerortho.com. Or call Bauer Orthodontics today at 308-856-57.
Raiders call timeout to talk over this upcoming punt.
Before and after visual scan and smile communication. We don't just straighten teeth, we change smiles. To get started, please call Bauer Orthodontics today at 330-856-57.
Looks like Nasabwa back to return for Clarkson. Stouffer in to punt for the Raiders. And they're going to set up the return. It's a low kick. That's fielded by Nasabwa at about the 28-yard line. Nasabwa out to the 40. Drives ahead to the 45-yard line. First and 10, Clarkson at the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. And the Raiders looking for a defensive stop here.
On the punt return. Tackle on the play by number 15, Vince Parati.
Clarkson comes out in that 5-receiver set. He drops back the pass. Quick screen to the right. He hits number 1, Martin. Martin gets some running room. Martin all the way down to the Raider 40-yard line. 15-yard gain. First down, Clarkson.
Complete to number 1, Nate Martin. Tackle on the play by number 1, Dalen Hooks. Brings up a 1st and 10, the 40-yard line.
Clarkson with the quick out to Nick Martin. He picks up 15 yards down to the Raider 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Clarkson. 7:30 to play in the ball game. Clarkson trailing by 1 at 33-32. Looks like Yearwood in the backfield. Barrow in motion. Sets up at the left slot position. Yearwood with the handoff. Yearwood ahead for about 5 down to the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 5.
Huron Yearwood, ball carrier, tackle on the play by number 2, Huron Adams. Brings up 2nd down and 5, the 35-yard line.
Yearwood again in the backfield. And Yearwood with the give again. He's going to get ahead for the first down inside the 30-yard line. It's about the 28 rather.
Yearwood, the ball carrier, for pickup of 1st down. Tackle on the play by number 5, Giovanni Washington.
1st and 10 at the Harding 28-yard line. Clarkson trying to score, and they're also eating up the clock, keeping the ball on the ground right now. Jesus back to pass. He hits McCoy. McCoy, little low pass. He digs it out, gets it up to the 20-yard line. We're going to call this 2nd down and 2 at the 20.
Jesus
Clock
pass
still
complete
runs.
to number 11, Josiah McCoy. Right down by number 7, Troy Jacobo. Second and 2 from the 20-yard line.
Second down and 2, 20-yard line. DeJesus with the handoff to Yearwood, and Yearwood is caught behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple on that one. Call this 3rd down and 4.
Initial contact by number 2, Ron Adams. Number 11, Terrion Jackson.
Kayron Adams and Terrion Jackson make their way into the Clarkson backfield to stop that play.
Down, 4 yards to
Big
go.
3rd down play for both teams right now. Clarkson trying to keep this drive alive, keep the clock on their side. Harding trying to stop it, get that ball back. 3rd down and 4. DeJesus in the backfield by himself once again. He steps back. And DeJesus hits Barnes for the 1st down. Barnes inside the 10-yard line. Clarkson has a 1st down and goal at the 8.
DeJesus pass complete to number 9, Clark Barnes, for pickup of 1st down. 1st down, go to go.
Clock continues to run. 4:40 left in the ball game. Clarkson 1st and goal at the Harding 8-yard line. Down 1 point, 33-32. Yearwood in the backfield. And Yearwood with the handoff. Yearwood up the middle, takes it down, and I don't know if his knee was down or he stretched that ball in. They're going to call him down at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal at the 2.
Yearwood,
Game clock is down to 4 minutes.
1-yard line. Tackle on the play by number 55, Terrence Yebo.
2nd down and goal at the 2. Yearwood in the backfield once again. And there's a handoff to Yearwood, and he gets across the goal line on that play. Touchdown, Clarkson. And with 3:33 to play, Clarkson takes a 38-33 lead. Clarkson with their first lead of the ball game at 38-33. And Clarkson's going to line up and try for 2 and stretch this lead into 7 points. Kieran Yearwood in the backfield at that running back position. DeJesus steps back, looks right, looks left, looks back right again. And he hits Nick Martin in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is good.
And with 3:33 to play, your Harding Raiders 33,
33 seconds to go.
the Clarkson Chargers 40.
33. Football 40.
Harding with 2 timeouts and 3:33 to play. They're down a touchdown. 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the ball game and in the season.
That's 330-652-4LAW. Go Raiders!
Adams and Washington checking in as the deep backs on this return. Once again, McLean, who has shown a really strong leg throughout the ball game.
Giovanni Washington.
Kicking from right to left. if you're watching us on our live YouTube feed.
Chris McLean.
And McLean's got the wind at his back. The wind kind of died down for a moment. Let's see if he... And McLean kind of pooches it. And that ball's loose. Picked up by Washington inside his 5-yard line. And they're going to haul him down inside the 10. So with just under 3.5 minutes to play, Warren G. Harding down by a touchdown.
47, Evan Marshall.
And 92 yards away from scoring. Three minutes, 26 seconds, and 92 yards away from a tie ball game.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
Chris Chu in at quarterback. Kayron Adams lines up behind him. Jalen Hooks wide right. There's the give to Adams. Adams breaks through the line of scrimmage. Kayron Adams out to the 30-yard line. And all of a sudden, Harding has some room.
Kayron Washington, the ball carrier. Kayron Adams, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play.
First and 10, Harding Raiders at the 30-yard line. 22-yard gain by Kayron Adams. Adams with the ball once again. Adams around the left corner. Adams picks up about 8. Gets out to the 38-yard line. Second down and 2. And a Clarkson defensive player is down on the far side of the field. That stops the clock. Kayron Adams with 2 nice runs to open up this drive, give Harding a little bit of breathing room. With 2:51 to play, they're going to have the ball second down and 2 at their own 38-yard line. Still tending to the injured Clarkson player. Looks like linebacker number 36, Adam Sidor.
Player number 38, Daniel.
Making it off the field under his own power, but he is limping on that left leg. Kayron Adams remains in the game along with Chris Chu. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Wilson in motion. The give once again to Kayron Adams. Adams runs into his own player and loses a few yards on that play. It's going to bring him a third down and long. Third down at about 7.
Kayron Adams, the ball carrier.
Lost back to the 33-yard line.
Play by number 7, Rennie Zawa.
Big defensive surge by that line, that Clarkson defensive line. And Chu back to pass. And almost picked off. It's knocked down. Looks like number 48.
Broken up on play by number 7.
So Nymanam, linebacker. Jeremy Wilson brings the play. 4th down and 6. And this might be the Harding season on the line right here. With 2:20 to go, they need to convert this to keep this drive going. Chris Chu in at quarterback, 3 receivers left. Chu drops back to pass, and he throws it behind Jalen Hooks. And there's a flag down in the backfield. Let's see what this is about. As it stands, Harding's going to turn the ball over on downs. But there is a flag down in the backfield.
Personal foul, number 92.
And there's a personal foul
15-yard
on the
penalty.
defense, and the Harding drive stays alive on a 15-yard personal foul. Number 92, Justin Sambu, defensive lineman for Clarkson. Harding stays alive for a little while longer. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. A new set of downs. Under 2:20 to play. Chu looking to pass. He keeps it. And Chu takes about a 10-yard gain. Another Harding first down about the 41-yard line of Clarkson.
Chris Chu, the ball carrier. Tackle on the play by
Give
number
him 9
30,
yards. We're going to call it 2nd down and 1. 2 minutes to play in the ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
And there's some motion that time on the Harding offense.
Penalty flag on the play.
Dead ball. All start. Offense, number 2. 5-yard penalty.
Kayron Adams moving a little bit early on that play. That'll make it 2nd down and 6 back to the 46-yard line. Minute 50 to play. Harding with 2 timeouts, trailing by a touchdown, 40-33. Chu rolls out to his right. Chu with and Chu is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 6. Clock continues to run. Under a minute and a half to play.
Tackle on the play by number 45, Cameron Gilmore.
And Harding again facing a 3rd down and long. Chu rolls to his left. And another dangerous pass almost picked off. And once again, Harding finds themselves with a 4th down and 6. And once again, the season on the line right now. Minute 12 to play. Ball at the 47-yard line of Clarkson. 4th down and 6.
4th down.
Hooks and Payopolis to the left.
Timeout Raiders.
Jakovic and Wilson line up to the right, and the Raiders take their 2nd timeout to discuss this play.
Only preferred Invisalign adult and Invisalign teen provider.
Second
Help
time
you
out of
achieve
that.
a big, beautiful smile. Visit us on the internet at BauerOrtho.com. Call Bauer Orthodontics today at 330-856-5711 to schedule your free.
Clarkson North, who trailed most of the ball game, tied it up in the 3rd quarter, 26. Harding scored to make it 33-26.
At 330-856-5711.
And Clarkson has scored the last 14 points. Touchdown, 2-point conversion, and another touchdown and a 1-point conversion. And now they are up once again by 7 points with a minute 12 to play. Harding facing that 4th down and 6. Harding at the 47-yard line. They need to get it to the Clarkson 41. Salter and Wilson line up to the left. Payopolis and Hooks to the right. Chu drops straight back, and that pass is knocked down. And Harding's going to turn it over on downs. Chu is trying for the screen over the middle. It was knocked down by the defensive line. And that might just do it right there with a minute 7 to play.
North takes over 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line.
Harding can stop the clock
Fans are
one more
reminded to
time.
please stay off the playing surface after the game. Once again, fans are reminded to please stay off the playing surface after the game.
And Harding looking at the short end of another game decided very late. Looks like Barrow in the backfield with DeJesus this time. And Barrow gets the handoff. Barrow through the line of scrimmage and picks up about 8 yards to the Harding 45-yard line. Make it the Harding 46. Call this second down and 3. And Harding spends its last timeout with 51 seconds to play.
Going to play by number 37.
Timeout, defense, third and final timeout.
And a tough season for the Harding Raiders, winding down. 51 seconds to play. And looks like the Raiders are going to finish this season 2-7. And again, this is a team that could very easily have been 7-2, 8-1. Outscored on the entire season coming into this game by only 36 points. Every game has been close. Every game has gone down late. With the exception of the 2 games that Harding won. Those are both blowouts. There's the handoff, and Barrow breaks through the line of scrimmage. And he is pushed out at the 5-yard line.
Number 8, Brandon Barrow.
Make it the 4-yard line. First and goal, Clarkson at the Harding 4.
Knocked out of bounds
And
at the
Barrow
4-yard
breaks
line.
through for another big gain.
Hooks.
And Brendan Barrow has just caused a lot of headaches for that Harding defense tonight. Pass receptions, several big runs from scrimmage. And Clarkson's going to take a knee here with 30 seconds to play.
Ball down by DeJesus, 4-yard line.
And they're going to have to do this one more time. And that's going to bring an end to this ball game. And it appears Clarkson's not going to have to take one more snap. 6 seconds to play, clock winding down. 3, 2, 1. And there's your final from Mollenkopf Stadium, folks. Clarkson North 40, your Harding Raiders 33.
Warren G. Harding, 33.
Harding's going to finish this season at 2-7.
Football North, 40.
And that's going to take care of the 2017 football season. It's been a pleasure being with you this year. Hope to do it again next year.
Fans are not permitted on the playing field.
Look for better fortune out of our Raiders next year. They played hard all year. Just a lot of ball games decided very late. A lot of things could have gone the other way for this team. On behalf of the Warden Student Broadcasting Network, you've been out there listening. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out for other sporting events. We'll probably get some basketball games in this year. And enjoy the rest of your weekend, Raider Nation. Once again, your final score from Mollenkopf, Clarkson North, down from Ontario, outscore your Harding Raiders 40-33, and that will do it for the 2017 football season. Thanks for tuning in.